Right? Time to go. Take 3 of our lunar landing. Take 3. Hopefully better than takes 1 and 2, because if we have another problem, I may just stop the game here and end the session here and come back to it another time, because I'm getting a little frustrated with this. Game, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me 3 times in a row, game. Clear mid-course. Right. Back to where we were. Each time we're getting further. Maybe this time we'll at least get to the point where we're attempting the lunar landing. Okay, so lunar orbital insert firm. Yes, good. Docking succeeds. Okay, so we are at least going to get to the point where we're actually going to the moon. You only gave me 1 more step. Oh, wow. Okay, the game scared me for a minute, but this is good. As you can see, it's all systems are go. There's a random chance when a step failure occurs that it will pick a step failure that actually is not a failure, or if it is a failure, it's something that can be fixed and the mission proceeds as normal. Usually, it's difficult to know whether a step failure ends up like this or as a failure use alternate. Usually, you will know if it's a catastrophic failure because it will play something exploding or something catastrophic happening in the FMV. But for some of these, it's like you can't tell just by seeing it whether it's a good or a bad thing. So the burn is good. Proceed with the mission. Photo reconnaissance, which has told us exactly where we're going to land. It has told us we have a good landing site.
Okay, engine stop. We stop to get down, Eagle.
And we've landed on the moon. Now that quick step was just basically to make sure that everything was all right. You know, everything's all right with the LEM. Nothing catastrophic happened. At the end of that step would be if you were using the 2-man, it would bring up the prompt for which of the 2 would be on the moon first. Alright. So we have landed on the moon. We're ascending back into towards Gemini. So that 1 step failure also didn't count against the Gemini avoid failure because it was a cricket step failure. By the same token, the 1 step failure that killed my crew the first time we did this, that wouldn't have helped either because that was a step failure on the kicker A. The step failure is only good on steps where the individual craft is being checked against. So TEI. Earth mid-course. So we have 3 steps to go, and we have 1 spare because we have the avoid failure on Gemini. So if we can make it through re-entry, we're good. I even let them eat their space food in peace instead of skipping to it because, okay, 3 steps to go. 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 2 steps to go. 2 steps to go, and 1 in hand.
Okay, stand by, Tom. Shutdown. We're in good shape. Beautiful.
The only way I can fail now is if I fail the re-entry. We have it made. We win. Even if we have a step failure on the recovery step, we have the avoid failure, and the recovery step is always checked against the capsule. So we have succeeded. The United States, under Director Kakoskia, is the first to the moon, to land the man on the moon, and return him safely to the Earth. We could have done this 2 years earlier if it wasn't for bad luck, but the sacrifices of all those who died is not in vain. U.S. wins. Gemini 27 on the 21st of May, 1973. McDivitt was the man on the moon. Aldrin was the capsule pilot. Now, because we were 4 years late, we only get a weak victory. Where yes, we win, but our economy is exhausted. Our space programs are canceled within the next century. Japan, Europe, and China become the new major players in the space race. The Soviets suffer a military coup. The Cold War continues into the next century. The President thanks you for your service and announces your retirement. Yeah. At least we won. So a brief tour. This is our post-game screen. The parade just shows you ticker tape parade for your victory. The Moon EVA replaces the Lunar EVA. History. I forget what that does. Oh, that just shows you that screen again. I never use that. Stats shows you many things. The line graph at top shows the actual director rankings at the end of the game. A score of 164. The Soviets weren't that great, but they got multiplied because they're on the hardest difficulty. The first button is Mission History, where you can scroll back and forth for the various missions. The second is Mission Records. This tells you basically the top 3 people in each category, like the first in space and whatnot, of all of the human games that have been played. So it doesn't count computer options, only human-controlled players. So, let's see, what have we got that's first? Anything for us? Okay. Third, Lunar Flyby, a month behind Glushko and Webb. We didn't get any other planetary flybys, actually. Third in the 2-man craft behind Webb and Bohm. Second for spacecraft prestige points. So Gemini, all told, had a maximum of 67 prestige for all of its missions combined. Second on manned lunar pass. Second on manned lunar orbital. Second on the lunar landing. Well, tied for second. Okay, bug. It did not count the number of casualties in the game for this. Sometimes it counts all the mission records, and sometimes it doesn't, because I know I killed more than 5 people. It could be because of that weird bug we had with Bassett dying and then taking a turn to be counted, but whatever. We had a lot of high safety lunar landings, but we never actually succeeded except for the one that counted. First man docking by over a full year of anyone else. Only second one to do an orbital laboratory. First for the longest duration. I've never done an F in this game yet. In this install, I should say. 50 missions attempted, 22 manned, 14 successful. Aldrin highest prestige with 63. Most days in space at 30. Cooper was in service for 29 seasons, 14.5 years. Second director rating, highest budget, second prestige, earliest LOR landing because it was the only one. And you can see all those other ones. So I'll go a little over 10 minutes. So this just shows the prestige summary screen, first and points. The Soviets try any landings, actually? Did they try anything like that? Okay, they tried manned lunar passes and they got the Prestige second. So it looks like after the 2 fails, they had successful lunar passes. They had 1 failed lunar orbital and 1 successful lunar orbital, but they didn't attempt a landing. So this button shows your hardware efficiency, showed in a little different way. It shows the number of attempts that you use with a particular part, a particular component, and the number of successes in using that component. I'm guessing, I think it might be counting the overall number of steps, because you see on the left side 30, 60, 90, etc. And then the last is your astronaut history. So Aldrin, 7 years, 4 missions for 63. So the duration E, the lunar pass, the joint orbiting lab, and the joint lunar landing. So in the end, as I finish up and say thank you for watching, for Kikoski at least, it was BUzz Aldrin's race into space. And BUzz Aldrin and Kikoski have succeeded. God bless America, and thank you for watching. Maybe I'll see you some other time if I play something else, but if not, thank you for watching, and take care.